anyway, it was nice for us to have that type of a bounce-back game after 2 really tough games. It was nice to have that confidence back, that swag back, and just to really make some amazing plays on the offensive end. It was really fun for the team. I was most proud, though, of the way that we locked in on the defensive end, and we really followed the game plan and did a tremendous job. I thought Greta had to guard that 6'8" kid and just was awesome trying to be active. I thought we defensive rebounded. I thought we got in the fight. I thought we mixed it up, and just really proud of the way we played.
Yeah, you talked about your defense. It felt like the defense was really solid from start to finish today. What do you think helped that defensive intensity?
Yeah, I mean, we work on it every day, and I think, the last couple of games we kind of been exposed, so we're really trying to lock in. I mean, we got our attention. We've given up a lot of threes. We haven't been able to contain people one-on-one, so it's something that we focus on and something that we want to get better at. And, holding them to 7 in the fourth quarter was something that we talk about. We've had some pretty bad fourth quarters, whether that's Michigan State or Wisconsin, or we can go down the line. So really trying to finish games in the fourth quarter, and when we do, we've been successful. So at Minnesota, we held them to 11. Tonight, we held them to 7. So just really proud of our growth for sure.
And today on the other end, it seemed like there was very balanced scoring. Shots were falling from a lot of different people throughout the game. How does it help your offense when all 5 people on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? It's like, whew. No one needs to press. No one needs to feel like they need to make a play when you have everyone that can make a play. I think we were super intentional about attacking number 15. That was kind of our game plan going in, to try to put her in screening action, to try to get Greta some early looks. And we did it, at the start of the game. We did it at the start of the third quarter. And that kind of broke things open when we were able to knock down 2 threes. I think that was really, really helpful. And that just gives everyone else confidence. So we are a balanced team. We know that. We've known that from the beginning. When we're playing like that, we're really good. When we really need to lean into other people, or people have an off night, it becomes a little bit more challenging. So it's nice to see these numbers, super balanced attack. I mean, 9-9-9, so that's 3 that almost were in double figures, and then we would add 6, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, the end of that third, I mean, you had some exciting plays leading up to that, but then the final shot, what were you thinking?
I mean, that was incredible. First of all, Liv's catching the air, scoop, whatever. Holy cow. She's just been kind of ridiculous lately. But then their knowledge, too, there's only a few seconds left. Liv gets her hands up, gets a tip on that, and Tay comes up with it and makes that shot. Sometimes I forget that they're kids, and, I'm just like locked into the next play, and they want to celebrate that play. And as they should, like, they're having fun with it, and they're making plays, and they were smiling and just having a great time all night. So, just proud of them, and it's nice to, have all of them out there contributing the way that they were able to.
Mila had some really nice finishes at the rim today. Is that something she's been working on in practice, and how good is it for your offense if she can score?
Yeah. I mean, I know, Olivia and Sila are, we're McDonald's All-Americans and our future All-Americans for sure. I think they've both established themselves as 2 of the top freshmen in the country. But if anybody, doesn't watch Mila Holloway, like, she should certainly be on that list of one of the top freshmen in the country. The things that she's able to do, her ability to score at the rim as a small point guard is incredible. Her ability to find her teammates in traffic, she was super active on the defensive end. I just think she's just been tremendous as well. And we are playing our best when she's playing her best, because it keeps Sila out of that position. If she stays out of foul trouble and is active on defense, it just helps our team so much. So she was pretty awesome tonight.
In the second and fourth quarter, your defense held Oregon 5+ minutes scoring droughts. In third quarter, 3 minutes, no field goals. I mean, how are you able on the defense to have those really continued long stretches?
Yeah, I don't know. We're a work in progress. We didn't have them so much the other night. So, and they're a good team. They're a good team. So that's something I think. I always quote Coach Beeline. The best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores, and the hardest thing for freshmen is understanding defense and playing at that level consistently. It's really hard to stay locked in, to stay focused. You take a breath or you relax for a second, and people take advantage of you. That's never happened to them. They can recover to anything in high school. So now to stay locked in for 30 minutes for kids that have never done it before is very, very challenging. And we don't do a great job of it all the time, but we're getting better at it. And tonight we did a really good job of it, and we stayed locked in. I mean, they had shifty players. They had really good guards. So it was great for us to, follow the game plan and be able to defend the way we did tonight.
Tayala had been having some increased minutes in conference play and had that exciting 3 that ended the third quarter. How have you seen her grow so far this season? What does she bring to the court?
I mean, she's awesome. She's got to get stronger. I mean, she was getting bumped around by some of those big kids. But she's super wiry and super long. She gives us something that we really don't have. Her ability to mix it up on a defensive end, her ability to play multiple positions, and then her ability to score on the offensive end. I think she's just getting adjusted. We talked a lot about, she missed 6 weeks or 8 weeks in the middle of the season or at the beginning of the season. And for anyone, that sets you back. But for a freshman to not have those practices and not have those reps, it takes a little bit of time to work your way back in. But she's an awesome player. I, have the utmost confidence in her. I think she's a superstar like our other freshmen. And I think, when she continues to stay healthy and get her grind, she's going to be awesome.
And then you guys run 5-guard offense. Sometimes on defense, that can put a player like Greta at a bit of a disadvantage, having to guard someone 6'8". But you mentioned she was really able to take advantage today on the offensive end, doing the same thing. Is that performance today by your team kind of the ideal for a 5-guard offense?
Yes. And I think we have been intentional in many games this season of really trying to attack that. But then I think there are times that we go away from it because I don't think our players understand it yet as much. If we have to defend a 6'8" kid in the post down the other way, we need to make sure that 6'8" kid is defending someone on our team down this way. And we do it if I tell them directly, okay, this is the call, this is what we're going to do. But if we just play, we don't find it as easily. So I think it's a combination, though, because I don't want the kids to feel restricted in terms of, okay, I got to look to where 15's guarding. I want them to play freely because that's when we're our best. But I think to be most successful with people that are playing a big post, we have to put that person in action and we have to attack them. And I think tonight we found a really good balance of that. They had to switch her matchup. If you can imagine, when she came back in 15, she didn't go on Greta anymore. They switched their matchup and they had her on Tayala because Greta attacked her so much. So I think that is the chess game from a coaching perspective that we play all the time.
Yeah, on that note, I don't think you guys ran it today, but a few recently early in games, you've kind of been running a screen to get either Greta or Jordan a 3.
Yes, on a flare. Yes.
Behind that action?
Yeah. We actually did run it tonight, but we put Greta in a different spot because we thought they might switch on it. So instead of switching, we had Greta be the screener, someone else run off of it, and Greta pop. So that's where she had the 3 at the top. So, yeah, we run that play a lot to get Greta looks, to try to get her person stuck in the screen, but we thought they might switch on it, so we put her in a different, and that's the 3 that she got to start the second half. So, yeah, we try to get them in that action.
Both teams had the same amount of turnovers, but you had 22 points off their turnovers. They only had 6. Why do you think you were able to be so successful with that?
I think we really pushed the pace, and that's a key to our team, too. We don't want to play the pace of the other team. They're a team that wants to slow it down. They're a team that wants to score in the 50s and 60s. That's their go-to. That's what they're trying to do. And I thought we were able to attack off of their turnovers and just be in attack mode. And that's, a credit to Mila, too. It doesn't always show up in her assists, but her ability to push the pace for us was exceptional.
And then your transition defense today seemed like an improvement from some other games. Like even if a shot wasn't falling or a turnover was happening, it didn't really cost you guys as much on the other end. Was that an emphasis?
I mean, we work, as much as we work on an individual one-on-one defense, we work on our transition defense. We know that's something that we're not great at, and we know that we need to continue to work on that. So I'm glad you said it was better. This is a team, like I said, that's not super aggressive going, but it's still something that we emphasize and are going to continue to work on. And I just think that's a sign of our inexperience, too, is sometimes, we don't know. What do you mean? I'm back? That's not my man. Like, I got to get that man. I'm like, So we spend a lot of time watching film, and especially the last couple of weeks, especially after Michigan State and Wisconsin, we've watched a lot of film. I mean, they watch it after every game, but we watched it as a team and really tried to emphasize the areas where we could take those jumps. So transition defense and individual one-on-one defense is certainly two of those areas.
Hey, Coach, I'm Maya. This is actually my first time attending a Michigan women's basketball game. I write about women's basketball. I live in Chicago.
Oh, wow. Hi, Maya. Well, welcome to the big house. Not really the big house, Chrysler Arena, but the big house is right next door, adjacent.
Yeah, I feel like it's a big house. I have like sort of a less basketball question and more actually about the fact that, I'm really impressed by the way that the students are sort of covering this game, that you have 4 beat reporters,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They're pretty awesome. They travel, too. They drive. They drive in the snow and sleet and ice. Yes. Yes.
I'm wondering, what is it like for you as a coach to have, 4 students on the daily as beat reporters following the team, and like, do you enjoy talking to them about it? Like, you guys have been sort of telling this story together.
I know, and I feel like I'm like they're the assistant coaches. Like I give them the in-depth scouting report, and they ask me specific questions on our team. I just think from like I don't know how I would say that, like a world perspective or just a women's basketball perspective, like part of my life has been the fight for change and the fight for equality and the fight for opportunity. I've been here for 13 years now. It hasn't always been the case, and it's still not the case. I could sit here and lie to you that everything is the same. It's not. But that's, I guess, why I was put on this earth. Most people don't like me because of that, I would say. Well, not most, but some. But I think you just have to be relentless in that pursuit. And when you have a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that are invested and want to spend time and want to go on the road and want to travel and actually care, like that just, like, melts my heart. I mean, Sarah and I talk about it all the time. I know it melts her heart. Sometimes I get upset about things that are written or posted, and Sarah has to remind me a lot of times it's not them. But the fact that they care is growth. The fact that they're here is growth. All I talk about with our team right now, with 3 freshmen in our starting lineup, we are probably the youngest team in America in terms of experience. And I know we care about wins and losses, believe me. No one cares about wins and losses more than I do. But what we care about most is growth. And the fact that all these guys are here means we're growing. And it means Michigan's growing. It means the game is growing. It means all these people in the room are growing. So that's like, the mission in life. People often ask, what do you want your legacy to be? And I always thought I was always too young to even answer that question. Now maybe I'm not. But it's just the fight for change more than anything else. And if you see these opportunities and you see these people here, it just means that's working a little bit. So if that means I'm an extra pain in the ass sometimes to some people, or if that means that they got to do it sometimes to fight for those opportunities, that's what it's all about. So this is awesome. This is really awesome. I mean, it's awesome that you're here. But, I want my daughters to be sitting in this seat being like, this is a normal thing. That's what the goal in life is.
Yeah, and then now that there has been this kind of growth and change, that you've been able to sort of instigate that, and we're living in it, are there any ways that you feel like this sort of care and dedication to this program that you've shown and then so many others are emulating around in Michigan? Like, has it does it affect the way that you do your job, or like has it changed or improved like sort of how you work?
I think it affects everything. I think when you have, people inside the university, people inside our culture, people inside the team, like if everybody sees that people care, like it draws more attention, your fan base gets better, your recruits get better, like it has an effect on every single thing. So, I think in my time here, things have certainly grown and certainly evolved. So, I mean, it's been awesome.